Hello everybody, let me tell you a new story today. The story that follows is a true one, shared by our old friend Ram. He shared the ice cream factory story earlier. This story took place in May of 2022. It was a Friday, a day everyone loves because the weekend is just around the corner. Ram was also planning to go home for the weekend and was very happy. However, that day was particularly busy. He worked as a programmer in Guangzhou and was so busy that he didn't even have time to drink some water, working non-stop until it was time to leave. He was about to finish his work for the day when his boss came over with a slight smile and assigned him a new task. There was nothing he could do but to continue to work hard. It was a big Friday night and he needed to work overtime. Although he was very unhappy, he had to hurry up and finish his work. He was busy until almost midnight. He packed up his backpack and went downstairs quickly. He had two choices now, taking the last bus or taking a taxi. Ram went downstairs and launched his taxi app on his phone. After checking, he found that there were no cars nearby. He set his starting point and destination, but no driver accepted his order. Not even offering a tip worked. Ram thought to himself, don't wait here anymore. Hurry to the bus station. If I cannot get a taxi, missing the last bus would be troublesome. Just as he reached the bus station, a bus arrived, and it was exactly the one he needed to take. However, Ram was taken aback when he saw the bus because there was not a single person inside. This was Guangzhou, one of the most developed cities in China. He had only ever seen buses with few passengers before. Although it was late, it should not be empty, right? The location was far from the bus's starting point. So could it be that all the passengers had already gotten off at the previous stops? Ram was thinking about this matter. When the bus driver opened the door, Ram asked, "Can I get on?" The driver replied, "Sure you can. Is it a 40 bus?" "No, it's not. If there was a problem, I wouldn't have stopped." Wanted to get home early and rest, Ram got on the bus. After swiping his card, he looked inside and saw that there was no other passenger in the bus. It was empty. Ram took a seat behind the driver directly. Being closer to the driver made Ram feel more at ease. He took out his phone and started watching videos on Douyin. Douyin is TikTok's Chinese version. The bus passed 2 stops without any new passengers boarding, and Ram felt a bit tired. He put away his phone, turned his neck, and did some exercises. Suddenly, he noticed that there was a passenger sitting in the last row of the bus. When did this person get on the bus? In China, buses have passengers board through the front door. They either swipe their card or pay in cash. Ram did not see this person getting on. So, did he not buy a ticket? Even if he did not buy a ticket, the clothes this person was wearing was also very strange. Guangzhou is already quite hot in May. People are wearing t-shirt. The air conditioning is already on in a bus. Yet this person was still wearing a white hoodie and put the hat on, wrapping himself in this white hoodie. Ram felt a shiver run through his body. He felt uneasy. He looked at this person who was sitting in the last row of the bus with his head down, motionless. Ram thought to himself, this person might have boarded through the back door, perhaps with some kind of identification, like a military ID or something. Just a gesture to the driver. Hey, don't scare yourself, he thought. But he still decided to get off the bus as soon as possible. He got off at the next stop. Ram was very familiar with this road. He knew that there was a 7-Eleven supermarket right at the next stop. It was quite late after working overtime, and he was feeling a bit hungry, so he could go inside and eat something. To explain, 7-Eleven is a convenience store that sells food and drinks. There will be some small tables near the entrance where customers can buy food to take home or eat at these small tables. After getting off the bus, Ram went to the supermarket and ordered a bowl of his favorite noodles. Just as he was about to start eating, the door of the supermarket opened and a person walked in. My goodness, a white hoodie. Ram almost spat out the food in his mouth. This was the person who was sitting in the last row of the bus just now. Ram saw that he did not get off the bus. Could it be that he got off at the next stop and walked here? The time doesn't add up. Ram had just finished ordering his meal, sat down, and in just a few minutes, he saw him twice. Could it be someone else? But this is Guangzhou in May, and it's already quite hot. Wearing such clothes in the weather is very strange. Ram lost his appetite and stood up and walked out to the store. He looked back and saw that the person was in a beverage section choosing a drink, with his back to Ram, showing no intention of following him out. Ram hurriedly ran out of the store, his heart pounding his chest. He ran to the more bustling area where many people were coming and going. Ram used a taxi app, and soon a nearby taxi arrived. He got in the car and told the driver, "Hurry up and go. Hurry up and go." He had already set the destination location in the app. He didn't need to explain where to go. The driver, seeing that passenger was quite anxious, he started the car immediately, and soon they arrived at Ram's home. Since the taxi would need to turn around at this intersection ahead and wait for the traffic light to get to the entrance of Ram's residential area, Ram usually got off by the roadside and then walked across the street on the sidewalk to his own home. As Ram was waiting for the traffic light, preparing to cross the street to his own home, he looked up and saw, on the opposite side of the road, a man in a white hoodie. Ram's head buzzed with shock. This was not just a coincidence. This person was the same one he had just seen in the store, with the same build and figure. If the person on the bus was not clear to Ram, he had seen a person in the store very clearly. Holy shit, have I gotten myself into some kind of trouble? I cannot go home now. I cannot bring this bad stuff back with me. Since he's following me, that means he doesn't know where I live. Thinking this, Ram turned around and left. Just then, a taxi happened to pass by. Ram got on the taxi immediately and said, "Hurry up and go." The taxi drove a long distance all the way to a hotel. Ram paid the taxi, entered the hotel, and decided not to go home tonight. Planning to return tomorrow, he entered the hotel room, closed the door tightly, found the remote control, and turned on the TV. Just after 5 minutes, suddenly there was a knock on the door. 3 knocks in total. Ram turned off the TV and shouted loudly, "Who is that?" It was extremely quiet outside, and no one answered. He walked to the door and asked again, "What's the matter?" Still no response. He listened carefully, but there was no sound from outside. He looked through the peephole and saw that it was just the hotel corridor. was no one there. Ram mustered up his courage and opened the door. There was nothing in the hallway. Just as he was returning to his room, something suddenly fell from the door. Ram picked it up and saw that it was a small card with a phone number and a photo of a beautiful woman printed on it. Ram laughed. It was these people. The small cards in hotels. Everyone knows what they are for. So it was these people who had been knocking on the door just now. Ram now felt very relaxed. It was a false alarm. Just as he turned to close the door, the elevator on this floor ding, dinged, indicating someone had arrived at this level. Ram continued to watch, curious to see who had come to the hotel, and then Ram saw a terrifying sight. Everyone. The man who walked out of the elevator was wearing a white hoodie. The elevator was on the other side of the corridor. Ram went back into his room quickly and shut the door with a bang. He stood right behind the door, his heart pounding. He was listening, but fortunately, he did not hear any footsteps. Feeling a bit more at ease, he returned to bed, no longer in a mood to watch TV. He tossed and turned on his bed, unable to sleep, thinking carefully about what was going on. Later, he finally fell asleep and had a dream. He dreamed of the person wearing a white hoodie. Ram asked, "Who are you?" The person didn't answer but said, "We'll meet soon. Be careful." Ram was awakened by the dream. Looked at his phone. It was already past 10 o'clock in the morning. He got up with a severe headache, feeling very unwell. After freshening up, he checked out and prepared to go home. He wanted to walk to the bus station. While crossing the street, he was walking forward on a green light when suddenly a car ran a red light and rushed towards him. Ram retreated quickly, but his right foot was still hit by the car. Ram fell to the ground. His foot started bleeding and his leg went numb. The driver was also very nervous. Got out of the car immediately and asked Ram how he was. The driver kept up saying sorry and then took Ram to the hospital. At the hospital, Ram took several examinations. Fortunately, there were no issues with the bones, just some minor injuries. The driver had a very good attitude and kept apologizing. Ram did not ask for compensation from him. After sitting in the hospital for a while, Ram found that there was nothing to worry about and prepared to go home. The driver wanted to take Ram home. Sitting in a car, Ram kept thinking about the last night's dream. Why the person in a white hoodie in the dream told me to be careful? Could it be related to this incident? Now that I've been hit by the car, is the matter over yet? The driver sent Ram home. Without saying anything else, Ram waved goodbye to the driver. Suddenly, he noticed a new driver on the road sticker on a rear window of the car. Next to these 4 Chinese characters was a cartoon image, which was a figure in white hoodie. Ram's sweat started to pour down instantly. The car was already driving away, and he quickly took out his phone to take a photo. Because the distance was called for, the photo was not clear. But, astonishingly, the cartoon image of the person in a white hoodie was not in a photo. Ram couldn't figure out what was going on. So he took 2 more sick days off from work and stayed at home for 3 days without going anywhere. Fortunately, nothing happened. Later, Ram told me that he felt some regret afterwards. At that time, the driver took him to the hospital and then sent him home. He was preoccupied with the thoughts of last night's dream and forgot to get the driver's phone number. The photo also didn't clearly show the license plate number. If he could get in touch with this driver, Ram could ask if he knows anything else about the situation. But now, he cannot get in contact with this person. There were no further development later, but Ram is still frightened whenever he thinks about it. Okay, everybody, this is a short story, and that's the end of the story. Please share what you think of this story and your stories. If you enjoy my work and would like to help me continue to bring this story to you, please subscribe to my channel or like my page. Give a thumbs up to the stories you appreciate, and share your thoughts, opinions in the comments. Share the stories with anyone who might find them enjoyable. Thank you, everybody. This is Alex's Story Time, and I am Alex. I got a lot of good stories to share with you. So, see you next time. Bye-bye.